I could see him through the drizzle. This is the man you are going to marry. You mark my words, whispered into one of my ears. Oh, I remember when you two first met. When you first met Alex, said another friend only recently. You two sitting on the swings, gently swinging, gazing into each other's eyes. The rain came down as we first kissed in the middle of the football field, but then made way for a clear sky sunset as we later kissed on the Thames path near the Angel. Could I quite believe that I had found mine? Did you see the smile on his face, said a friend, when Alex said goodbye. How happy was he? Yes, happily replied. Alex's smile kept me smiling the rest of the night and all the way into the following morning as I got the 453 for our first date, packed onto the bus like sardines, sweat not just from the heat, but from my anticipation in seeing him again. And there he was, just before midday as planned, sitting in Little Italy Cafe, just off Leicester Square, smoking a cigarette and drinking a cup of tea. New memories about to be made in spaces so familiar and historied to me, reconfigured and reimagined through cups of tea. First to the Poetry Cafe on Betterton Street for a nice cup of tea, then to Foyle's Cafe on Charing Cross Road for another cup of tea, walking down the mall holding each other's hand, our first photo together on the grass in Green Park. Then to the Retro Bar, George Court off the Strand for a final cup of tea, sitting together in the black two-seater sofa in the late afternoon as a welcome cool breeze came through the open front door. It felt strange being here, not chatting up some bloke, eyeing up talent whilst out for a smoke. I bet the barman thought I was having a joke when I asked for tea and not my usual whiskey and coke. Me stone cold sober, not passed out on the floor. Were those days now over and a new me in store? The barman remarked, he's a keeper, you'll see. Did he have foresight? Has he read the leaves in our tea? Yes, he must have been psychic in the forces greater, as I'm now engaged to Alex, my sidekick, 11 years later. The bar was half empty, but for me was full of memories, as the bar I had been too many times drunk in, disco danced in, smoked roll-ups where smoking wasn't allowed inside in, had my heart broke 3 or more times in, had a date where the guy spent most of the time talking about washing powder in, and where another guy with tattoos of stars on his arms was the one who had got away in, as I could not see what was in front of me, this bar that I self-reflected in amongst the jukebox playing New Order, and fairy lights wrapped around the portraits, a pop star spread across the walls like a salon of the electro-pop elite. And now, here I was in that bar again, the smoky haze of past drunken nights and morning after hungover days replaced by an indescribable feeling of self-peace, just by being with Alex, sitting in a pub, sharing a nice cup of tea. Thank you. Okay, so do we have any dog lovers in the room? Anyone like dogs? Anyone has a, does anyone have a pet dog? What dog do you have, sir?
I'm a dog lover, but unfortunately I don't have one.
Okay.
While I do myself.
Does anyone have a favourite type of dog?
Alsatian.
Oh, okay. Well, this is, I've been doing some drawings recently. This is Rufus. He's a Welsh Springer Spaniel. And here's me, Alex, and Rufus. That's, yeah, you can see that. That's me, Alex, and Rufus. I think that's down in Hastings a few weeks ago. Here's me, Alex, and Rufus. I think that's Crystal Palace Park a few weeks ago. I mean, Alex is clearly a dog person. He does the doggy voice, but I haven't quite mastered the, I haven't quite mastered the love. And here's Alex and Rufus. And this last poem is called Rufus. Alex loves Rufus, a Welsh Springer Spaniel, but I'm frightened of dogs and in need of a manual. I've often drawn Rufus to understand better, but I don't share the bond that those two have together. You might think I'm silly and I'm being pedantic. Sharing bedsheets with Rufus is far from romantic. Bubbles, bubbles, doggy troubles. Rufus all soaking, I'm not having a laugh. It's my jumper Alex uses to dry him after his bath. He knows me too well when he's licking his lips. I'm under his spell when I give him my chips. Be jealousy free, come out of the fog. Don't play second fiddle when it comes to a dog. You can joke with your partner, it's the dog or me. But when they stumble to answer, it's the marriage of three. 2 weeks ago, I enter a fancy dress shop with my black Adidas trainers and green hoodie top. I say to the assistant, I'm looking for a dog suit that will fully camouflage me. Why certainly, sir. What size? She replies. I answer, oh, size extra large me. She shows me their full range of their man-sized dog suit selection. Only Welsh Springer Spaniel, I say, in my quest for perfection. Here is a picture. I need an exact copy. Big brown puppy dog eyes, please, and ears furry and floppy. You are in luck, says the assistant. One in stock just for you. Only £200, credit card or PayPal will do. No tumble drying allowed, hand wash at 30 degrees. If the tail fails to wag properly, give this button a squeeze. What if the zip on the back breaks? Me getting hotter and hotter. I'll be deep fat fried from inside like brie or ricotta. So I strip to my pants, slip inside and zip up, but not before too long. I'm getting hot from being inside this pup. Not much ventilation inside this rather snug thing. Just a hole where his nose goes and where his eyes are slit. Lesson 1, dog position. Walk around on all fours. Lesson 2, play with tennis ball, not with hands, but with paws. Having completed this training, I make my way to the park. I feel a great sense of achievement when I give my first bark. Oh mummy, can I stroke him? This child persistently begs. If he tries, I'll poke him and try to poo up his legs. Steal the boy's ice cream. He starts shouting, "Oi you!" I find a hole in my dog suit and I pee all over his shoe. Back home, out my costume, my dog settles back in its box. I hide it deep in my drawer, underneath all my socks. Later Alex comes home, asks me what kind of day I've had. I reply like I do always, the usual, not bad. Sure, role-playing dog suits is a whole kind of weird. Being dressed up as Rufus with a beard. I would never say to Alex, it's Rufus or Lynn. I'm happy, for now, me, Alex and Rufus, and a nice cup of tea. Thank you.